First and foremost, before we get started, I like to give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai by Hashem, Rekah Kwadash, and the those great millstone, while unto truth, and also to those elect that scattered abroad. I like to say, Shalom, and come back here today with another great powerful lesson through the spirit and the power of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. And the type of day lesson is World War III News Update. So I like to say Shalom to all our listen and learn. Hope this help you today and guide you back in the path of righteousness and back to your true power, which in fact is Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai. So before we start today's lesson, have a quick news article here by New York Post. And it said Biden secretly orders U.S. to prepare for nuclear threats from China, Russia, and North Korea. So we're seeing that these alliances are getting stronger and stronger. You know, we see World War III is on the horizon. Let's get a little bit more. It says here, it said President Biden has signed off on a highly classified plan that shifts America nuclear strategy to focus on China as a nuclear threat and prepare for the possibility that the communist nation could team up with North Korea and Russia against the U.S., according to a new report. Biden made the shift in March because the Pentagon believes China nuclear arsenal will rival the U.S. and Russia, the New York Times reported Tuesday. The new strategy is called the Nuclear Employment Guidance and also readies the U.S. for a possible coordinated threat between China, Russia, and North Korea, the newspaper reported. Let's get a little bit more. It says here, in a pair of recent speeches, said two senior administration officials has hinted at the growing China nuclear threat. The president recently issued updates nuclear weapons employment guidance to account for multiple nuclear armed adversaries, and in a particular significant increase in the size and diversity of China, said nuclear arsenal, said Vipin Nagar Salaki, said this month when he was still acting assisting Secretary of Defense of Space Policy. So right now, we're seeing, any given day, when they say peace and safety, then total destruction will come upon you. What are they preparing for? They constantly telling you about this election, telling you about this mpox, and all of a sudden now Biden secret orders U.S. to prepare for nuclear threats from China, Russia, and North Korea. Confrontation. It's already saying that it's coming to our own, coming to American shores very soon. And also we already know what's going on all around the world. Rumors of wars are everywhere. It's already rumors of China and Taiwan, saying that China is getting ready to invade Taiwan. Also saying that North Korea is in alliance with Russia, getting ready to come and bring troops to help them fight alongside with Russia to fight against Ukraine. So the wars is constantly picking up. The war drums are beating. And also any given day, Iran is supposedly to attack Israel, the least of the flock. So many things are going on. We're seeing that Ezekiel chapter 38 war is lighting up. Also Revelation chapter 17, they shall burn the whore. Who is the whore? America, Babylon the Great. So seeing right here, these alliances are getting stronger and stronger. North Korea, China, these Arab nations, those African nations. Also, at some point in time, NATO. We'll sound like a broken record, but hey, we seeing it right in front of our eyes. So that confrontation, World War III has begun. It's getting ready to escalate. So this is the quiet before the storm. So Biden would, he must know something that we don't know. A lot of things they don't put in the news. They're not going to report. So it's going to come on a normal day, when you just going on with your daily life, and all of a sudden hell would break loose. So let's get a quick precept before we start today's video. Let's go here to Psalm chapter 27. Let's go here to Psalm chapter 27 right quick before we start today's video. Let's go here to Psalms chapter Psalm chapter 27 and verse 3. Psalm chapter 27. Let's get this quick precept. 27 and verse 3. And it reads that though an host should encamp against me, my heart shall not fear. Though war shall rise against me, in this will I be confident. Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. So we're seeing right now that Russia, China, and also North Korea and many other nations are getting ready to join with Russia. It's already said in Ezekiel chapter 38, Russia shall be a god to these other nations. So it's lining up just like clockwork. Bible prophecy is speaking loud and clear. And one thing about it, we're seeing that they're getting ready to encamp around America, the invasion of America, and one thing about it, we constantly warn you left and right. This place is getting ready to be a total desolation. Thermonuclear war is on the horizon. Things can go nuclear at any given time. Let's read this once again. It said, though a host should encamp against me, my heart shall not fear. Though war shall rise against me, in this will I be confident. Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. So we seeing right now the war drums are beating. The World War III is constantly shaping up. The Lord is gathering the nation. Things are getting ready to get very, very critical, very, very perilous. A dangerous time, a dark, gloomy, desolation, destruction. It's right before our eyes. So now let's start today's video. And after the video, we will start the lesson. And I hope that you will get edified.
President approved a secret nuclear strategy refocusing on Chinese threat. In a classified document approved in March, the president ordered the U.S. forces to prepare for possible coordinated nuclear confrontations with Russia, China, and North Korea. This is coming as China has been stockpiling nukes and Putin has threatened to use nuclear weapons in Ukraine. They are also saying the United States military is unprepared for a nuclear escalation in a war with China, and the military is being urged to build nuclear-tipped anti-ship missiles to counter China. Let's go back to the part that we're getting ready for coordinated attacks from 3 of our worst adversaries. What the hell do you guys know that we don't know, that you guys gotta get ready and secretly make nuclear changes to our arsenal and to our preparedness for a nuclear confrontation? That's kind of weird, and that's kind of freaky in this time, given that our president keeps saying nothing is happening. Taiwan is now tracking 11 Chinese military aircraft and 8 naval vessels around their island. There's another article about that nuclear strategy, just showing y'all there's multiple sources reporting on this. We have the Pentagon saying that the United States alliance with South Korea and Japan will get stronger regardless of election. So the Pentagon is saying it doesn't matter who wins these elections, policies will still be the same with South Korea and Japan. Russia is sending their Space Force in the Kursk to try to stop Ukraine's operation. We have 40 rockets and several drones that was fired from Lebanon into Israel earlier. They said altogether there was 115 rockets that was launched. That's a lot. We have Belarus warning Ukraine that they are pushing Russia to strike with nuclear weapons. And they're saying that's all they're accomplishing by going on Russian territory right now. We have the United States warning China that they are really close to triggering their defense treaty with the Philippines, and it's because of the damage to their vessels. They are blaming China for escalating tensions and saying this brings them closer to confrontation. China's also warning Germany about bringing ships into the Taiwan Strait. Anyways, that's most of the news today. More news next.
The U.S. just announced they're getting ready for war with China and Russia simultaneously, because we can't just do one without the other, right? See, this is what happens when people start to lose power. They get very dangerous, and the U.S. is quickly losing power. This week, Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin announced their new 2024 military budget, which aims directly at China. And get this is unbelievable. It includes a 40% increase in spending to attack China.
So let's go back to that news report. Something I want to bring out. Something, I should bring it out a little bit more. It says right here, once again, it said Biden secretly orders U.S. to prepare for nuclear threats. from China, Russia, and North Korea. See right there, secretly, so they doing this behind closed door, trying to keep it hush hush when they need to be reporting the people what's going on. But see, one thing about it is gonna come to you like a thief in the night. That's why the Lord set up watchmen to warn you of these impending dangers that is fast approaching right before our eyes. When they say peace and safety, then total destruction will come upon us. So now let's start today's lesson in Jeremiah, in the book of Jeremiah. Let's start here in the book of Jeremiah chapter 50. The book of Jeremiah chapter 50. Another quick lesson through the spirit and the power of Yahweh Shema Abshai. And once again, I hope that you will get edified. Jeremiah chapter 50 and let's start at verse 9. Jeremiah chapter 50 and verse 9. And it reads, said, For lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon, America, an assembly of great nations from the north country, and they shall set themselves in array against her. From thence she shall be taken. Their arrows shall be as a mighty expert man. None shall return in vain. So we very close to nuclear war. Every time we look around, there's a warning over here, a warning over there, rumors over here, rumors over there. Already saying Russia is constantly in collaboration, in alliance with all America, enemies. And one thing about it, gonna be like an expert men. And it's saying none shall return in vain. It's talking about those IBCM missiles. And one thing about it, they shall not miss their mark. So we see it right here, assembly of great nations from the north country, Russia, China, North Korea, Arab nations, African nations, the list go on and on. America have enemies all over the world. Also in our backyard, Venezuela, Mexico, and there's already rumors Canada, may turn also. So it's a lot of things that get ready to happen. These missiles are get ready to fly. Verse 10, and the Chaldeans shall be a spoil. So all that spoil her shall be satisfied, says the Lord, Yahweh, by Shema. So one thing about this place is getting ready to be a nightmare. This place is getting ready to be a lake of fire. And we're constantly warning you left and right. The indignation of Yahweh by Shema is fast approach, and war is on the horizon. World War III has begun, and it's getting ready to what? Escalate, nuclear escalation. So let's go here to Revelation chapter 9. Revelation chapter 9, just rolling in the spirit. Revelation chapter 9 and verse 12. Revelation chapter 9 and verse 12. And it reads, it said, one woe is past, and behold, there come two woes more hereafter. So we already know when you go into that word woe, it goes into destruction. And we already know about, two woes to come. We already know it's only one more woe to come, which in fact is World War III, the last and final war right before the great and glorious return of Yahweh by Shema. So we know about World War I, World War II, and also this last and final war, the wars that will end all war, World War III. It has begun. And one thing about our salvation is at the door. Let's get this here. Verse 13 said, and the sixth angel sounded, and I heard a voice from the four horns of the golden altar, which is before God. Verse 14 says, saying to the sixth angel, which had the trumpet, said, loose the four angels which are bound in the great river Euphrates. So one thing about it, Lord's get ready to release these death angels. So when you go to Revelation chapter 7, let's go to Revelation chapter 7 so we can get a little bit more on this. So, the Lord is getting ready to release these this destruction. Let's go here. It says here, Revelation chapter 7, we're going to go back to Revelation chapter 9. So lucky for the jumping around. It's saying, after these things, I saw four angels standing on the four corners of the earth, holding the four winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor on the sea, nor on any tree. Verse 2 said, and I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living power. And he cried with a loud voice to the four angels to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea. Verse 3 says, saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees. You know what I'm saying? This is, this right here is going into peoples, said, till we have sealed the servants of our power, Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua in their forehead. So one thing about it, the Lord is holding back the destruction until the what? The sealing of the elect. So once the sealing of the elect, this destruction is getting ready to come upon us like we have never seen before. Also, we know they're going to implement the what? This RFD microchip, the mark of the beast. It's in the hour of what? Piercing, the hour of temptation. It's fast approaching. Also, we know we're coming upon a great economic collapse. It's right in front of our face. So let's read this again. It says here, verse 14, Revelation chapter 9 and verse 14 it says, saying to the sixth angel which had the trumpet, said, loose the four angels which are bound in the great river Euphrates. So that's what's getting ready. The Lord's getting ready to bring this destruction that we have never seen before. Verse 15 said, those death angels, they getting ready to roll, and one thing about it that, man, when the Lord bring it, there will be no more any talking. So verse 15 said, and the four angels were loose, which were prepared for an hour and a day and a month and a year for to slay the third part of men. And the third part of men is what Esau Edom, the devil that the Bible speaks of. Verse 16 said, and the number of the army of the horsemen were 200,000, and I heard the number of them. So, this represents all these missiles that are going to be shot, during this time when the Lord sealed the elect. The Lord going to bring forth that indignation. And right here it sums up to 200 million warheads. And these missiles are getting ready to hit certain parts of the earth. We know that America will be totally destroyed. Also, Israel will be destroyed, but it will be rebuilt. So one thing about it, we're seeing a lot of destruction. It's right before our eyes. When they say peace and safety, then total destruction will come upon us. Verse 17, it said, and thus I saw the horses in the vision, and them that sat on them, having breastplates of fire and of jason and brimstone, and the heads of the horses were as the heads of lions, and out of their mouth issued a fire and smoke and brimstone. So this is describing these IBCM missiles, the destruction, the warheads, and all the destruction that they're getting ready to do very soon. Hey man, this place is gonna be destroyed in 1 hour. So those IBCM missiles is gonna burn up everything in the vicinity through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai. Verse 18, it said, by these three were the third part of men killed, so-called white men, by the fire and by the smoke and by the brimstone which issue out of their mouths. So one thing about it, the Lord is getting ready to bring these IBCM missiles. So whoever get the first strike, we already knowing that Russia and China and North Korea are getting prepared. We know things are getting ready to escalate. Things are getting ready to boil over. Just like the Bible said, we are very excited. DTA, a Bible ball, ready for this place to be totally destroyed. Verse 19 said, for their power is in their mouths, talking about these warheads, and in their tails, for their tails were like unto serpents, and the heads, and with them they do hurt. So he's talking about these nuclear warheads, when they hit, they're going to do a lot of destruction. Also, it said they tail were like serpents. So when you look at them in the sky, it look like a serpent or a glittering sword when they going through the air, So, hey man, we seeing, this was in ancient times. So, John was showing the picture the way he's seen it. So we in modern time now. So, the Lord is doing a mighty work right now. We seeing right now, he's getting ready to bring it to pass, man. Revelation chapter 9 and verse 20 said, and the rest of the men which were not killed by these plagues, yet repented not of the works of their hands, that they should not worship devils and idols of God, gold and silver and brass and stone and of wood, which neither can see nor hear nor walk. Verse 21 said, neither repented they of their murderers nor of their sorceries, nor of their fornication, nor of their theft. It's talking about the so-called white man. He still, after this destruction, he still will not repent. And one thing about it, he's the devil that the Bible speaks of. So we know that these missiles are getting ready to fly. That's why we always tell you, say redeem the time wisely. Walk circumspect at any given time. These missiles could fly. That's why the Lord said, I will come like a thief in the night. Behold, I come quickly. That's why we always got to be watching, praying, keeping our eyes single on the prize, which in fact is the kingdom of heaven that dwells in righteousness. Let's get this one more. Let's go here to Jeremiah. Let's go back to Jeremiah chapter. Let's go here, Jeremiah chapter. No, let's get one out. Let's go here to Luke right quick. We know this in reference to 70 AD, but I'm going to use it in a modern sense, a twofold. Luke chapter 19 and verse 43. Luke chapter 19 and verse 43. And it reads, it said, for the days shall come upon thee, that thy enemies shall cast a trench about thee, and compass thee round, and keep thee on every side. So one thing about it, we already know this happened back in 70 AD. That's what the Lord was telling them, what was going to befall them, in 70 AD. So right now we know that these enemies getting ready to cast a trench around them. A great multitude is kindled over, encamping around them. Right? We seeing that they got these warships on the West Coast, also on the East Coast, also down in the Gulf, around Cuba. Also in Venezuela, constantly doing what? Military exercise. Also in the Arctic Circle, around the Alaskan coastline up there. So they are right here in our own backyard. And a lot of our people are still are not believing, still playing games. Just like back in 70 AD, get out. But our people are not going to see until the Lord bring it. What I'm saying? One thing, when it hit the fan. Verse 44 said, and shall lay thee even with the ground, and thy children within thee, and they shall not leave in thee one stone upon another, because thou knewest not the time of thy visitation. So we know that this happened back in 70 AD, but I'm using it in a modern sense. So this get ready to happen. There's no new thing under the sun. So they're getting prepared. And one thing about it, we already knowing that the least of the flock shall draw them out. And one thing about it, we knowing that these missiles are getting ready to fly. America will be totally destroyed. The Lord's getting ready to bring forth that judgment that we have never seen before. We are very excited. Let's go back here to Jeremiah. We'll close out in Jeremiah chapter 49. Jeremiah chapter 49. Jeremiah chapter 49. And we'll start up at verse 20. Jeremiah chapter 49 and verse 20. And it reads, said, therefore hear the counsel of the Lord that he has taken against Edom, and his purpose that he has proposed against the inhabitants of Teman. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitation desolate with them, and the least of the flock is Israel. So, and one thing about it, shall make their habitation desolate with them, America. So we already know once Israel get it popping, we know shortly after, America will be totally destroyed also. So, these are the words of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. The Lord's get ready to bring it. We constantly warning you left and right. It's time to seek the Lord. Verse 21 said, let's highlight these right quick. Salakia. I should have been ahead to highlight. Let's get a little bit more of this. Says here, verse 21 said, the earth is moved at the noise of their fall, at the cry, the noise thereof was heard in the Red Sea. So that noise is talking about the thermonuclear exchange, just pivoting all over the earth, just great destruction everywhere you look, totally destroying everything in their sight. There will be no inhabitant left in Babylon, the great America. This place will be, and also Israel will be destroyed, but it will be rebuilt back up. Verse 22 said, behold, he shall come up and fly as the eagle, and spread his wings over Basra. Modern day Basra is what? America. It said, and at that day shall the heart of the mighty men of Edom, the so-called white man, be as the hearts of a woman in her pain, so they're gonna be travailing like a woman and child. We already know that the devil is getting ready to try to fill his belly, his enterprise, his agenda, his plot. This new world order. Said this MOTB. Also we seeing that these heathens are raging. This BRIC nation, I think they has announced their currency and a new payment system that they're putting into place. So we know all these things are coming simultaneously. Also, war is right in our backyard. It's all sorts of threats of nuclear war, threats of cyber attacks, threats of civil war. So the war drums are beating. We're seeing right now that these things are constantly popping off left and right. Man, we are here. Man, things are popping off. The least of the flock. Keep your eyes on Iran. And also any given day they're saying that Iran is already planning retaliation for these assassinations. So, they're already saying that they're getting prepared and America is getting prepared. So we're seeing all this different military build up around the world. So a lot of people are sleeping. While you're sleeping, the devil is constantly getting busy. And also the Lord is getting busy. Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushua, the Lord is making it, he's making it plain. This time is constantly speeding up. The men of the Lord, we're constantly warning. We're also we knowing that the famine of the word is fast approaching. We constantly warn you left and right. That's why the Lord telling us each and every day, keep not silent. These prophecies are constantly popping, just like popcorn. You know what I'm saying? It's high time to prophesy. What are you doing for the Lord? Because one thing about it, when the Lord bring it, it's going to be over with. And we constantly warn you left and right. It's time to get serious. Time to gird up your loin. You know what I'm saying? Let go of the mother thought. Because the world is getting ready to change right before your eyes. We're in that transition of power, man. We are so very excited. Also, once again, UFO sightings are all across the world. The Lord is visiting the earth that he created. So the title of the daily lesson, once again, is World War III News Update. So I'd like to give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rekah Kwadash. I like to say, Shalom, Shalom.